Peace, love, and blessings to all. As promised, this is the video detailing and speaking about the motorcycle safety course, at least the one here in California. I took this safety course at Cerritos Community College. It's about 20 miles out southeast of LA. And this is just offering some insight about the course and probably speaking on any motorcycle course that they teach anywhere, because they all teach you the basic fundamentals as far as how not to get killed on two wheels as such on a motorcycle. But the course costs, at least here in California, I can't speak for other states, but the course costs $258. It was a 2-day course, so they get you in and get you out real quick. It was 2 days and starts at like 8 in the morning, goes to about 4 in the evening, or late afternoon. And both of those days, I took it on a Saturday and a Sunday. And both of those days, by the way, I'm sitting on my Harley, that's why. But both of those days, you're in the classroom to start out for like the first, the course starts at 8:30. You're in the classroom till about 11 or 11:30. So about 3 hours you're in the classroom, and that entails reading, but the book is not even thick. It's like a brochure that they give you. I mean, when I say reading, you don't have homework, you don't have a thick ass book, you don't have lectures, you don't have PowerPoint presentations. You have a brochure that the instructor reads from and gives you life lessons from, I guess, like stuff they've gone through and things like that, which coincide with what you're reading. So like the book will say, don't make a right turn, whatever, don't make it. And then, of course, instructor talked about a little bit, and they'll tell you, like, one time this, that's, and they'll give you real life, or don't be doing this, you're making the right turn, things that coincide with what you're reading. Because that's the best way. I don't know about anybody else, but that's the best way I learn, is I have to read something, but life lessons and life experiences is what really pounds it into my head. So for about 3 hours, you're in the classroom, and then you head out to the course, and that's when you get on the bikes. I was stuck with a little bitty ass Kawasaki Eliminator, like 125cc. It's like pretty much riding a tricycle, especially if you weigh anything over about 220 pounds. It's like riding a fucking tricycle at a jungle gym or something with little kids. But they're not trying to put you on nothing big. I think the biggest bikes they had were 250s. And when you sit on the bike on the course, thus is what begins the course instructions. You start taking all these different obstacles, and start taking all these different exercises to get them down and master them. And I mean, you pretty much go over them till you get them right. The funny thing is, I saw a couple people drop the bikes, which was crazy. Some chick, because they divided us into two groups, and this chick dropped the bike in the other group. We all just stood around looking like, oh shit, she might not make it through. And then the next day on the Sunday, this guy dropped the bike in the same group. Our group didn't drop any bikes, but once you go through the obstacles, you go to the next one, and then you have a few of them. Then you take a quick break, maybe like a 10-minute break. You could get like three 10-minute breaks, something like that. And they come back and they show you some of the, some more of the obstacles and practices. The practices, the fucking procedures that they put you through is like, one of them was making sharp turns. Of course, they put the cones out. You have to turn through the cones. You have to what else? Make sure you're scanning the whole right and the whole left. As far as like if anything comes out, you have to be ready for shit like that. One of the toughest obstacles, though, one of the toughest exercises, and I don't even think I went through this. I passed this. Most people didn't, but it was, you have to take off, of course, in first, shift up to second, and then you have to roll off the throttle, hit both brakes, and stop before this certain cone. And I mean, it was really tough. I mean, because that's basically emergency braking techniques. And a lot of people didn't get it. I was one that really kind of couldn't get it. I mean, I did better the second time I went and took it. I took that particular exercise. I did a lot better because I had been riding. I had like some experience, but because I wanted to get it down. I didn't want to just go through the course and not get all the exercises under my belt, because this, especially that one, that's one of the most important exercises that you can take, is emergency braking. So Like I said, you basically have to pull off from first, shift up to second, and then right after you shift up, maybe like 3 seconds later, you have to roll up off the throttle, hit the front brake, hit the rear brake, all at the same time, and stop before you get to this cone. Because that's pretty much what emergency braking is. You have to stop quick, you know. Try to think of another one of the exercises. Another one of the exercises was, well, pretty much making a sharp right turn as far as sharp left turns, sharp right turns. They put you through all of that, and they give you a certain number of times to take it, you know, so you can really understand it. And then you'll go through that particular exercise like 10 times or so, and then you on to the next one. But it's really, at the end of the day, it's a really good course to take. It's valuable. It saves lives. They told us some mind-blowing statistic like 28, 29%. No, I'm sorry, 81% of motorcycle accidents are fatal. And it's just like, once they said they started that course, people started taking it, that number went down a little bit. So they was like, we're out here saving lives, and it's good, you know, people take this course so it can save them out on the road. And I agree, it's a great course to take. Cerritos is not the only college that offers it. I know Long Beach offers it, and a lot of other places offer it as well. You just have to search, and especially like in your particular city or state that you're in, just find a place. MSF, that's what you want to find. But this video is for those that are on the fence about taking it, or those that just don't think they need to take it. Go take it. $258 is not a lot of money, especially if you want to ride one of these things right here, and you want to be safe on one of these things, and you want to live to ride another day. You can watch YouTube videos, sure, you get a lot of information from those, and you can also learn how not to ride on YouTube, because I've seen some YouTubers doing some shit that you do not want to do and not want to repeat doing if you're on the bike. The best thing you could go do is go take that course. And once, I don't know about, again, another state, but here in California, once you pass the course, that eliminates taking the rider course at the DMV. So once you pass the course or whatever, they give you this yellow sheet of paper, and you take that to the DMV. All you have to do from there is take the written exam, and from there you get your license, your M1, and that's your M1 classification to operate a motorcycle. Again, definitely worth it. You learn a lot of things that you didn't normally know. There were people in that course that's been riding. One guy said he'd been riding for like, I want to say 10, 15 years. A couple of them actually say they've been riding for like 10 or 15 years. They say they learned stuff on that course that they did not know. So if you are on the fence about taking that course, wherever it may be in your state, go take it. Go take it. And one of the things they make you do, they tell you to bring gloves, they tell you to wear long jeans, they tell you to wear boots, because these are the things you're supposed to have on a motorcycle anyway. Now, me personally, after I pass the course, only time I ride with jeans is when I'm riding this, because this will burn the shit out of your leg, as you can see right here. I did that the first time I got on it because I didn't know those Vance and Hines were going to hit me when I got off. When I was debiking from right to left, as you should, my leg hit the pipe, burned me. So that's the only time I wear jeans is on this one, on the Harley. But on this, I can't really wear jeans because it's just uncomfortable for me. But I'm not telling you to not ride with jeans. I'm telling you that's how I ride. Okay, that's my leg, and that's my leg that's being exposed to danger. I'm okay with that. But I tried to ride jeans on this bike. I can't, because the way you sit on a sport bike is different than sitting on a cruiser. This bike is a lot more comfortable to ride versus this one. So I ride with jeans on that one, not this one. But that's what they tell you to bring: jeans, boots, gloves, and be ready to learn for a full day. They will supply you with helmets, or you can bring your own helmet, as long as it's a, what is it, DOT certified helmet. You could bring your own, but for the third, fourth, or however many times I've said it, go take it. It's worth taking and get your certification. I know a lot of bikers out here that don't have the M1. They really need to have it, because if they catch you without an M1, they could take your bike. Then what the fuck you gonna do? You gotta go get a bike. Go get your bike, or go get another bike, or whatever. You're without a bike, because they can do that. They can take your bike if you don't have M1 classification. So a lot of valuable things on there. As far as the written test at the DMV, actually they give you a written test once the course is over. Let me start there. They give you a written test once the course is over in the classroom. Pretty easy. I mean, everybody pretty much got like in the 80s and 90s on that test. Very simple. At the DMV, it's a little bit tougher, just a little bit. But it's all about what you learn in the course as well. They ask you things on the course test at the DMV like, before changing lanes, you should just switch lanes. One of the answers was, one of them was, look in the mirror, then switch lanes. One of the answers was, do a right shoulder check, then switch lanes. You know, shit like that. They try to throw you off and trick you. The correct answer is, if you're gonna, I think the question is, if you're gonna switch to the left lane, what should you do? And one of the answers was, look in the right lane over your shoulder, then switch lanes to the left. The correct answer is, look in your rearview mirror to the left, and then look over your shoulder to the left and switch lanes to the left. Stuff like that. But they will try to throw you off and trick you. It's pretty simple though. Again, if you go through the course, you pay attention, and get your classification, and you're ready to ride with the big boys. But $258 is not a lot to spend to make sure you know that you got all of the knowledge and expertise to ride one of these, because as much as I hate to say it, one of these can kill you. And it's crazy because there are so many ways to hurt yourself on one of these. It's almost not even worth riding. I mean, you watch all these videos on YouTube and hear all these bikers talking. It's damn near you make you ask yourself, is it worth riding? Really? There's so many ways I can fucking die. I can perish if I don't get something right. But as long as you smart, you use your head, you don't ride too crazy and recklessly, you'll be just fine. But one of the main things about it is about riding. What I noticed, well, actually my mechanic homie told me, he said, I noticed that when I think about things, overthink things too much, that's when I fuck up as far as riding. He said, just do what you know you got to do, what you know you got to do what you was taught, and just go and just ride. And I noticed the same thing. When you overthink the shit, that's when you're more likely to make a mistake on a bike. And you don't want to make a mistake at all on one of these. That's the last thing you want to make a mistake on. So don't overthink it. Just be careful. Be mindful of the cars around you. Always look ahead in front of you. Don't think about what's going on to the right or the left. And one of the main things, I can't leave this out. I'd be remiss if I left this out. One of the main things they taught us in the course was, if you just had an argument with your girlfriend, if you stressed out about work, you just had an argument with whoever, do not get on one of these. Don't. You have to ride one of these and operate one of these with a clear mind. You don't want shit on your mind. One guy was telling us, guy had been riding the bike for years and years. He had some type of argument, I guess with his friend or something, jumped on a bike. A few minutes later, he's riding down the street. Boom! Truck pulled out in front of him. He didn't see it. His mind was God knows where. You know? So that's one of the biggest things that they told us in the course. Do not get on one of these if your mind is preoccupied. You just had an argument, you're stressed, you're going through some things, you got your head in other places, which is okay. It's okay to, we humans, we go through things, but going through something on one of these is not what you want to do. So anyway, if you're thinking about taking the course, that's a good first step. You thought about it, you got that far, go do it, go enroll, get on it. Make sure you got your gloves ready, make sure you got your jeans. Make sure you got some nice boots, not some cheesy ass boots. You need like a nice durable boot, in case you fall or drop the bike like the people in the other team assigned next to ours. But other than that, happy riding, stay safe. When you know better, you do better. Keep a clear lane mind, 6-lane mind. 1.